Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming with another small update on Pathfinder Kingmaker. As I said, I'm going through the King's Palace in the War of the River Kings, just to finish him off. And following on from the last video in the palace, I said if there was anything else worth updating about before I got to kill the king or fight the king, I would, and I found something, so I am. So there's an area where you can continue on to a torture chamber, which doesn't sound very appealing, but I'm never sure in any game, especially this game, whether you need to clear out all the areas or what might be down there. So I thought, well, let's go down there rather than find out I have to come back to it. So or there might have been a switch I needed or something to release away into the throne room or something. So anyway, you come down from the main hall. Up there in the main hall, after I came out of the last part of the video I showed you in that kind of reception-y kind of hall, there's a few corridors, and down one you find some more Pitax guards, whatever they're called, wardens, and there's some heralds firing magic, and there's a couple of big trolls, palace elite trolls, but none of it's that difficult. The trolls aren't any more hard to kill than other things of that size you've killed before. They don't do anything much other than hit you a few times, so as long as you put your Valeries and your Amiris or whoever you've got like that at the front, your melee, you'll be fine. Like I said, you can always use J Fell's skeleton warriors if you need that. I didn't use that in this, I don't think. No, I didn't. And then the others you can kill with ranged or melee or whatever. You get killed a little bit. You have to life up a bit afterwards, but it's not difficult. And by this point, you should have so many life potions you don't know what to do with them. So it's not the end of the world. So when you come down to here, there's a few of these ferocious Milodons, is that how you say that? And there's another thing which has disappeared, but I killed it. It was a kind of demon thing with a name beginning with G, I can't remember it now, which does sneak attack. So these are just the same sort of beast things, you just melee them and they die. She really is pretty hard to kill with melee. I did get a few hits, but you need to use a lot of ranged and magic things on it. Not hard to kill, but just annoying. And she does sneak attacks on you, so just beware. So then that's done, you kill those people there. Then, like I said, you find this passage. I've not been down there yet because I don't know what's down there, and I assumed that I would just finish off the dungeon. But what happens is you come down here, there's a guy in here, Baron, somebody that we've met before. I don't remember, there's so many characters in this game that we met in Restov, and he's been imprisoned and he's virtually dead, and you can either put him out of his misery or you can let him go, and I let him go. I don't know if that has some big consequence later on, but I didn't see, it seemed a bit brutal to kill someone who wasn't bad just because they were dead or near dead, so I said go and see a priest to be resurrected. So whether that's going to be a good thing or not, I don't know. There's loads of these cells, the other cells don't have anything, but then when you come down here, there's a trap. It's not easy to counter because I got to the point where I'd usually get to where it would say disarm trap, and before I could do anything, and before that little warning came up, it just exploded. Now I don't know what that trap did because I didn't catch all the writing about it, but what happens then is, for one thing, the next couple of turns all your guys can't move. But another thing that happens is all the cell doors close, and if anyone's inside a cell at the time, and they will be accidentally by the way your party's spread out, they're trapped. That includes the enemy as well. So I had my queen trapped in a cell, so she couldn't do any of her her ranged bow attacks, and a couple of the enemy, actually was a couple of these things, rats, were stuck in here. Now you're getting this kind of bottleneck, and you've got whoever you've got left. It was, as you can see, some of my guys were a bit the worse for wear, but you kill all these normal enemies, rats and wardens. You killed them before. There's a couple of all we're looting is from the ship, by the way. There's a couple of I'll just show you how bad it is. It's just literally just the basic sword and basic stuff, so don't worry about that. There's a couple of heralds in here who'll keep shooting magic at you from over there, and magic bombs, so you have to kind of fight through because this corridor will be blocked up. Whatever you've got, you won't be able to hit them straight away. So it's just a question of like, fighting through, again with Amira and Valerie or whoever you've got that's melee. But then what also happens, which was a bit annoying, and it might happen to you, it might not, it may just happen to me, is once you kind of finish, you can't finish, as you know, with this game until you've killed all the enemies. It won't let you just continue on. And a couple of the were-rats were stuck in one of these things, and although I kept running past, I couldn't find them. I knew they were in this area because they had that big red circle, but I couldn't find them until they decided to move near the door. Now, then they were stuck behind the door. They can't open the door. I can't open the door. They've only got melee, so they can't do anything. And I could only kill them with the people who I've got with range, which was the girl who fires Fire Chimera and Lindsay firing a bow. I didn't want to use J Val's magic thing because I didn't know if I'd be able to refresh them. So then you have this kind of long drawn out thing where they just stand behind the door, not being able to do anything, and you keep going through each turn shooting them until they die, which is a bit frustrating. But just so you know, that can happen. So you'll probably get someone stuck behind a door if that trap goes off, and they may end up with people stuck behind doors that you can't find. If they're at the back of the cell, that's going to be difficult if they don't want to reveal themselves. And I'm not sure whether that trap is disableable. I'm not sure whether it's meant to go off or whether you can disable it. I'm usually careful. I was walking, I saw it in that usual kind of purple band on the floor, and I saw it and I walked up to it like I always do, and before there was any little warning saying disable or disarm trap, it just went off. So I don't know if that's one of those things that's scripted to happen or whether I just did it wrong. But that's how this torture chamber works out. Like I said, all the loot in here is rubbish. No one drops anything worthwhile much, except that demon thing that I killed. And the guy in here said to me there's a demon thing that this king uses that changes shape, and so I'm guessing because it's disappeared it's going to reappear somewhere else, but anyway, we'll see. So that's just an update on what's happened. I'm going to go through this little passage to see what's there, and there is another, I'll show you, there is another way round here, which I think is more likely to be the way back to the throne room, just by direction of how the castle looks, but also because it is, and that may just be this is either going to be an underground chamber that's got some loot in it, or it's going to be some impending death. Anyway, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll update again during this dungeon palace mission if there's anything to update. Until next time, thanks for watching and take care for now.